Welcome to GateKey. Access made easy. This video will walk you through the most important steps to set up your account. Please watch the entire video to understand all the features that are available to you. It will be easiest to set up your account using a computer first, then download our mobile app once your account is set up. To log on to GateKey, please go to gatekey.com and click on Resident Login, then GateKey plus Login. Enter your supplied username from line number 2 and the password on line 3 listed on the Important Access Control Notice mailed to you or as provided by your community management. GateKey is not able to provide your login credentials. Only your management office can provide those to you. Once logged on, click on Account, then Password. Change. Enter your current password, then your new password. You will need to enter your new password twice, then click Save. Be sure to write down your new password so that you won't forget it. Once your password has been changed, you will need to log back into the system with your new password before making any additional changes. Next, please click on My Contacts and enter in your contact information by clicking Add New and Save. Be sure to list cell phones under Mobile Number. Set which landlines, mobile numbers, and email addresses are primary, so the patrol knows which phone number to call first and which email to send to first. Temporary visitors are for service companies or other one-time or occasional guests. Click on Temporary Visitors, then Add New Temporary Visitor to enter these into the system. Please enter the visitor name and pass type from the drop-down menu the start and end date that the visitor will be granted access. You may enter in dates up to 1 year in duration. You may also limit the times and days access will be granted. If you know the license plate of your visitor's vehicle and the driver's license, please enter it, as this will greatly speed up the processing of your visitor through the gatehouse. You may also enter any notes about the visitor that may help the patrol officers. Additional options include one-time entry, which restricts the visitor to only one entry into the community. You may also email the pass directly to your visitor, which will again help speed up the process at the gatehouse. Finally, in addition to receiving visitor arrival notifications from the mobile app, you can also select mobile phones and email addresses to receive additional arrival notifications. Be sure to click Save. For permanent visitors, which are typically for family members that you always want to allow access into the community, click on Permanent Visitors, then Add New Permanent Visitor, and then enter the rest of the information. Be sure to click Save. Denied visitors are those individuals or companies that you do not want to allow access to. You can enter these by clicking on Denied Visitors and enter in as much information as you can, and please describe why they should not be granted access under Notes. Please remember that other community members may allow companies or individuals that you have asked to be denied. They will be granted access if they are permitted access by another resident. Be sure to click Save. Now, click on Options and Settings, which control how the system will communicate with you. If you wish to receive arrival notifications in the mobile app, please select Yes from the drop-down menu. For email communications from your community, you can select either None, primary email only, or All emails. For text communications from your community, you can select either None, primary mobile only, or All mobile numbers. For push communications from your community, you can select either Yes or No. Selecting Yes will allow your community to send communications via the mobile app. Be sure to click Save. Finally, to update your health information, pet information, emergency contacts, and any special notes to the guards, please click on My Information to enter in this information. Be sure to click Save. Next, please download the mobile app from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store by searching for GateKey Resident. Be sure to grant permissions to receive notifications from the GateKey app. Log in using the username and password you use to access the web version. This concludes the basic setup for your account. Please watch the additional videos for more information on how to use GateKey. Thank you, and welcome to GateKey.
This video will show you how to email a guest pass within GateKey. You'd go to your resident record and you'd click on your temporary visitors and you would add a temporary visitor. You put in their name, the guest pass type that you wanted to provide, the dates of their entry and the long duration of their pass. And this is where you would actually put in their email address. And don't forget to hit save after you're done.
This video will discuss the difference between using a single account or multiple accounts to manage your visitors and arrival notifications. Often, when we start with a community, there may be an account created for each person living in the home. Using a single account, each person in your home will share the same login information, and everyone will have access to each other's guest information, and each person will receive notifications on the mobile app when any guest arrives. Using multiple accounts allow each resident to have their own login information and guests and receive notifications on the mobile app only when their guests arrive. If you rent your home, you may wish to have your tenant use their own account to manage their guests and notifications and prevent them from accessing your information. You can contact the management office to either set up an additional resident account or delete one. Some communities allow the primary user to create them on their own, but most communities restrict this functionality to management. Thank you for watching this GateKey tutorial.
Hello, this short tutorial will help you enter in events or guests for your events, which is a two-step process. Once you log on to your account, click on Events. So the first thing we have to do is we have to add an event that you want to do. So we'll just call this a July party. And under pass type, typically we want to make sure that it is an event or party guest. And you'd set the start and end date accordingly. So if it's on the 23rd, and it'll probably end on the 23rd as well. Starting time, this is when your guests will start to arrive. So you want to set it, say, 9 a.m. And then you want to make sure that they don't come in after, say, 7 p.m. and you save. So that creates your event itself. Then to edit, you can either add, we want to add guests, we click View Event Guests, and you can add them one at a time and also check to make sure which ones you want to be notified of. So if I add Mike Smith, if that's all the information I have and I don't need to be notified, or I want to be notified on my mobile number and I also want to be emailed, I would click Save. You can also import a list of information of your guest, which allows you to simply click Import Guests, download the template, click Download Event Guest Import Sheet. So I'd simply open that up, and I would enter in my names here, Mike Johnson, Sally Johnson, and Bill Smith. Then we save that file. Now you can call it whatever you'd like to. And I'm going to save it to my downloads file. Importer 1. And then I'll just simply browse for that same file. And also where I want to be notified at, and click Save. Then if I go to my events and I go to my July event, it will show me the guests that are there. That's all there is to it. If you have questions, please email support@gatekey.com. Thank you, and make it a great day.
Hello. I'm going to go over how to set up the different types of arrival notifications you can receive for your visitors, as well as the most common troubleshooting you can do if they do not seem to be working as expected. There are multiple types of arrival notifications. You can receive text message or email notifications, or you can receive push notifications on your mobile device through our GateKey Resident app. Each of these types of notifications must be set up independently of each other. If you enable push notifications, This does not also enable text message notifications, and vice versa. If you would like to receive text message or email notifications, they must be set up per individual visitor entry on your visitor list. To do so, you will first go to either the Temporary or Permanent Visitor tab. If you are creating a new entry, use the Add New Visitor button. If you would like to alter an existing entry, click on it. On the Edit screen, you will see a section near the bottom labeled Arrival Notifications. Choose the contact or contacts that you would like to receive notifications on. Be sure to click Save. If the contact that you would like the notification sent to was not in the list, you will need to add it under the My Contacts tab. It must be entered under the mobile number or email section in order to be available for use with arrival notifications. Landlines do not have this function. The new contact will now be available to select. If you would like to receive push notifications, you will need to enable them through the mobile app. If you do not have the mobile app installed, you can find it in the App Store or the Google Play Store under the name GateKey Resident. Once in the app, go to the menu. Click on My Options and Settings. The arrival push notifications are controlled by this first field, labeled Mobile Notification on each visitor arrival. Set this field to Yes. Don't forget to click Save. If you find that you are not receiving the arrival notifications that you are supposed to, here are some of the most common causes and how to fix them. 1. If you would like to receive push notifications, you must be sure that the notification settings for your phone itself allow the GateKey app to show notifications. Your phone settings supersede the in-app settings, so the arrival notifications can be blocked from appearing by your phone. The way to adjust your notification settings on your phone itself will differ depending on the type of phone that you have. 2. If you would like to receive text messages or email notifications, make sure that the arrival notification field is filled in for the specific visitor entries that you want notifications on. Each visitor entry has to be set up for those notifications individually, and if you have a large amount of entries, it can be easy to miss some without realizing it. Another way that this mistake often happens is when an entry that was on the temporary visitor list expires, but is re-added to the list later. It is easy to forget that the arrival notifications may not be set up for this new entry. 3. Sometimes, the guards who admit visitors to the community make a mistake and do not admit them properly through the system. When this happens, no notifications can be sent because there was no arrival recorded. You can check if this has happened by looking at the Access History tab for your account. Any visitor admitted under your account will be listed here. If you had a visitor, did not receive a notification for their arrival, and they are not listed on the Access History, then you know that they were not properly admitted. If you have any further questions, you can use the Help tab in your account to contact your community management for support. You may also contact GateKey technical support from this screen.